Pluto is power dynamics. So that's kind of like, okay, a person is easily able to be manipulated. So in one regard, there may be a natal potential there. In another regard, there may be a certain synastry aspect causing this. Neptune will make you blind to the dumb shit you're doing or shit you're ignoring. Pluto, when Pluto's involved here, there's, levels of manipulation, and it's not always conscious.
Repping and stepping up my thoughts on a higher plateau. Eternal student remain fluent, gotta let the mind grow. Adolescence hit the spot, my hormones raging. Mom's hustled like rock, she was raising Canaan. I've been gunning for the top and I'm still aiming. R.I.P. to my pops, karma been amazing.
What's going on, world? It's your boy Gemini Brown here, back with another episode of Nalo Kicking Knowledge. Today, we'll be talking about placements or signs in your astrological chart that can make you disliked, particularly when you're in a relationship. So let's get into it. Once again, happy Cancer season, summer solstice. I'm here in the East Coast, y'all. I live in the tri-state, so we get all 4 seasons. So summer is a treat, and I really enjoy it. And, a person like myself who's an astrologer living in a place where we get all 4 seasons, it really, I feel like, connects me more with the transits because I'm able to get a diversified understanding of Capricorn season, Cancer season, Aries season, its influence, on the actual seasons, and then how that translates energetically. So I'll tell you, we're coming off Gemini season. Like, within whoever you watch on YouTube, that essentially channels energy, which is not just spiritual people, anybody doing anything they do, you should start to see more vibrancy. And obviously I'm a Gemini, I got Gemini energy, but I greatly feel the influence of Jupiter within Gemini already. And for the mutables and those of you who have favorable positions, take fucking advantage. Gemini is a light sign, light in the sense of gnosis, support, all of that. And Jupiter wants you to win. So, yeah. Starting this off, we have this topic that we're going to discuss. This actually stems from one of my services that I want to bring to your attention again that's there. And it's an Ask a Question service, which I don't charge much, and I'm Gemini Brown. So I give good, in-depth answers to things that you ask me. All right. So I don't shortchange, people, and I'm very much so for the people. But anyway, one of the reasons I love doing this, because I know as an astrologer, to continually grow and learn and evolve, I need to be interacting with the people, right? I need to be observing the energy. And I love what I do, y'all, because it allows astrology to really come into focus. And then I try to bring it into focus for y'all. So this topic is very interesting because we all have people in our lives, and we all are people. So we could have experienced this ourselves, but I think we all know someone who, like, gets in a relationship, and I don't know, it's not necessarily that they're negative, but negativity may surround them. Or it's just like, yo, I don't fuck with that person like that since they got with such and such. Why is that? There's definitely a reason for it. So keep in mind, y'all, astrology is vast. When I am interpreting these things, I'm interpreting it with this broad view. So there's so much to consider, but I want to make it make sense for you. So like I said, if I'm talking about a position or even talking about aspects, you got to know you could view this in the personal manner, in a synastry manner, because if it's you and another person's energy, it's having an interaction, right? So remember, what's in our natal charts is like what we experience or attract in life, right? And then when we link up with others, that's how our energies interact, right? So it's always trifold. Now, and then you have the composite aspect in addition to that too. So just keeping all of these in mind, okay? So where I'm gonna start here is with fixed signs. I find that fixed signs hold the potential for this. And remember, what we're talking about here is that people who may become disliked when they're in partnerships attract partners that maybe their loved ones don't agree with or like, or relationships that kind of bring negativity towards them. Okay, so the reason I'm starting with fixed signs is because I've noticed this core common characteristic with fixed signs. And remember, you could look at this as your moon is here, your Venus here, whatever. Fixed signs are loyal. They're loyal. So this is Taurus, this is Leo, this is Scorpio, this is Aquarius, right? Now, in that loyalty, we know fixed signs are also like stubborn. One possible scenario that I can paint for you here is if this fixed sign person decides to give loyalty or be in a partnership with someone in which they're loyal to, that maybe to the outside perception is undeserving of said fixed sign person's loyalty. Okay? So this is a common case here. It's like, at the root of it, I don't like who you're with, but it's not that I don't like who you're with. It's like how loyal you are to them. Why do you love them like this? Well, here in astrology, we'll just unpack, well, what's the sign? Is it in Scorpio? Well, they love hard. Is it in Leo? Well, they're here to let their partner know how much they adore them, right? Is it in Aquarius? They're here to be at least loyal with their support, okay? And if it's Taurus, we're loyal to the security of what the relationship provides. So that's one thing, all right? So I see this the most with fixed sign people. Remember, like if you have a mutable sign in a fixed house, that can still give fixed results, right? So say you're Venus and Gemini in 8th house. Oh yeah, that could definitely manifest in being loyal to someone who is the opposite of that, right? It's crazy how it goes. The aspects will tell everything, right? So the cool thing is, like, what I'll try to do, like with like synastry, is like find multiple correspondences for one theme. Because when you look at a chart, you're going to see certain themes, but how many aspects or things in the chart correspond to the said theme? Okay, so this right here, say a person, there are certain configurations, man, that can just result in like, oh wow, like this is having a really strong effect here. Whenever planets are in the angles, they are very strong. So you get whatever planets in the angle, we could go with a T-square here, we go with the opposition, but or even just a regular square. There's some type of tension here, there's some type of opposition, right? If it's in the angles, this is going to be accentuated. Let's say a person has their Venus, moon in a house like the 10th house, okay? So it's either position, their relationships or their family is going to be very important part of, what they display or, how they do things within life. Other planets don't need to be within houses in the angles for a planet in the angle to square the cusp of that house. So a person can have said moon or Venus in the 10th house squaring their descendant, or the opposite, the 4th house squaring the descendant. And these things, along with other little factors, create these mini scenarios of like, my mom never likes anyone that I date. My brother or my sister always beefing with someone I'm with, or these little things, right? So like I said, you can really evaluate these and you'll see multiple correspondence to a particular theme. Now I want to bring it to you in the realm of just the psychology of the person, which is still conditioned by the positions of the planets in the signs. I'll bring in Neptune for this. And I can bring in Jupiter too. There's a certain truth when you really dig into the psychology of life. There's a certain truth about human interaction and human psychology. Let's all be grown here and be honest that man or woman, depending on who you're getting the business from, you could become very open off of them. It may not just be physical, but we all know that physical adds to it. So if certain needs are being met, right, in particular regards, and like I said, with Neptune, it'll really pertain to ideals, but not necessarily something that maybe matters. Remember, we know Saturn solidifies and all of that, and Jupiter brings abundance. Venus is going to bring pleasures and comforts, money, all of that. So let's say in one regard, a person is very Neptunian, or even in this industry, Neptune has a strong influence and they're getting their Neptunian ideals met, but other things are suffering in the partnership, or maybe are not as compatible, right? But it's like, why won't this person, leave this person? Or just like, why are they entertaining this? When you look in certain people's charts, you may see that some people are meant to follow their partner, or because this is more than loyalty, be all in for their partner, be blind to their partner. This is Neptune, y'all. Pluto is power dynamics. So that's kind of like, okay, a person is easily able to be manipulated. So in one regard, there may be a natal potential there. In another regard, there may be a certain synastry aspect causing this. Neptune will make you blind to the dumb shit you're doing or shit you're ignoring. Pluto, when Pluto's involved here, there's, levels of manipulation, and it's not always conscious. It's just the energies interacting how they may be. I think the example that I was really trying to get at is that some people, when I said follow, some people want to or have the potential to be completely submissive or subservient to their partner, whoever they're with. Those people will say, I think women mostly say it, you want wife, what is it? You want wife treatment without a ring, things like that. You know what I mean? There's some people who fuck a ring. I just want to have someone to serve. So I find that when you put all this together, there's more. But this is typically the recipe for that type of energy being attracted into one's life. Okay, I could go more into this, but I just encourage you guys, if you feel this in your own life, if you want to have more insight regarding your own chart or just talk about certain dynamics, hit me up. I offer also a spiritual consultation, okay, where it's not necessarily a reading of your chart, but we're just getting into, things that you want to discuss and you getting a perspective, all right? Y'all, check out my album, Sun of Gemini 2, my creative bundle, with my book, Astrology of the Matrix. Thank you for those supporting. Definitely comment when you get a chance. Let me know what you think of the project. Until next time, peace.